On the way up to the 4th floor, we have 2 rooms on the 4th floor. We have 10 rooms in our inn. 8 of them have a private bath. These are the only 2 rooms that share a bath.
Terry and Deborah Flowers have come to an understanding. He handles the cooking, and she takes care of just about everything else.
Terry and I kind of have a little bit of a role reversal, I guess, in our marriage, and it's been this way for a very long time.
The arrangement has kept the Flowers happy for 33 years, and their guests at King George IV Inn blissfully pleased for the last 14.
We really take good care of our guests. We want them to walk from Charleston thinking, wow, what a city, and King George is great. And, you know, I don't know, I think Terry and I are very friendly people, and we do go out of our way to make sure that people have a good time here.
When the Flowers arrived in Charleston, Terry had already spent a lifetime in the textile industry. But after 28 years, he realized his profession was changing.
I came home in August of '96, and I told my wife, I said, looks like the industry's going to let me down. Let's find a reason to stay in Charleston.
King George IV gave them all the reason they needed.
Structurally, it was in good shape, but aesthetically, it was very, very tacky.
The inn was built in the early 1790s as a home for a prominent local journalist and Jeffersonian politician.
The first resident to live here was Peter Furneaux. Peter was editor and co-owner of the Charleston Gazette. He was also the South Carolina campaign manager for Thomas Jefferson's presidential campaign in 1800, so we feel there were some fairly prominent people entertained here in years past.
By the time the Flowers took over, King George IV had been converted into a B&B, just not a particularly attractive one. They spent the past 14 years personalizing the inn and redoing its 10 large, period-style bedrooms.
My wife actually sands those hardwood floors right down to the raw wood, refinishes them, fresh coat of paint, wallpaper, window treatments, replace or recover the furniture. So it's an ongoing project.
Terry has taken on the role of chef.
Today we had a loaf of my homemade apple cinnamon bread. Tomorrow I'm going to fix a loaf of my cherry bread.
And host.
My job is to drink coffee and visit with the guests the first 4 hours of the day. You know, I think my former employer would have frowned on that, but I enjoy it. That's my job now.
He's more of the upfront person. I'm kind of the behind-the-scenes person, and unfortunately there are times when our guests think I might be the ghost because they never see me.
Oh yeah, King George IV also has a ghost who resides in room 1A. The wandering spirit's life may not have been pleasant, but at least in death he finds himself in good company.
Well, I think it's really, really nice. It's very quaint, but it's so peaceful, you know, and I love all the shrubs they have around with the shade with the trees. Sitting on the little patios are fabulous. And the rooms are beautiful. And everyone we've met here is so pleasant. You know, we're really enjoying ourselves.
I guess taking care of King George, it's like a baby, and you just want to nurture it and help preserve it because it is a piece of history.